So dividing fractions, dividing fractions. Some of you were remembering this a little bit yesterday. I'm sorry, some of you remember this yesterday. You're saying, well, don't we flip one or we do the opposite or something? Yes, that's today. Okay, so that's today. If you can multiply fractions, you can divide fractions. There's only one thing you need to do beforehand. So, first of all, we need to talk about the reciprocal. Okay, the reciprocal is the opposite. The reciprocal is the opposite. So, if I have 3/8, the reciprocal is 8/3. So it's just the opposite. You just flip it over. So when I talk about the reciprocal, I want you to know that it means the opposite. Now let's find these reciprocals to make sure we're on the same page. Okay. The hardest ones are the whole numbers. What's the reciprocal of just regular 4, Haley? 1/4, right? Because what's underneath that 4 all the time that sometimes we don't see is what? That 1. Yep. Good. What about 6/11? What's my reciprocal of this, Maddie? Yep, 11/6. And then what's my reciprocal of 9/13? Debbie? Good job. Easy so far? Yeah, really easy. So, let's talk about multiplying and dividing and how they're related. Okay, so dividing fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. And it's a lot like, remember when we did keep, change, change? It's like doing the opposite. Okay, it's the exact same thing as that. We're not changing signs this time. We're changing, well, not negative and positive signs, but we're changing this sign, and we're changing the complete next fraction to the reciprocal. So this is what we meant. I think you called it keep, change, flip. And if you don't remember that, you can call it keep, change, flip if you want. That's totally fine with me. But make sure you know that it's always the second one that's flipped. I have people that change both. I have people that change first, not second. So it's always what that needs to be flipped. What needs to be flipped? The second fraction all the time. If you need to write that in your notebook, write it in your notebook, because I guarantee today somebody is going to make that mistake. Don't let it be you. Okay? Somebody's going to make that mistake. Now, when I do this, oops, this was supposed to say. Now, when you do this, you flip first. 5/6 times 3/2. Then you can multiply across, and then you can reduce if you need to reduce. Do not reduce before you flip, because if you do that, then your reducing isn't going to turn out to be correct. All right. So if you want to, who was reduced? It was reducing yesterday before you actually did the problem. Okay. So if you reduce before you do the problem, you need to reduce after you change it to the multiplication part. If you do it beforehand, your answer's not going to be right. Now I can multiply. Let's see. I can actually reduce it. Goes in once, goes in twice. I get 5/2. Now I make into a mixed number, 2.5. Does everybody remember how to make a mixed number? I feel like I've been asking that every single day. Yep, is that not right? Oh yeah. Thank you. See, everybody has a brain fart. It's Friday. Somebody else came and said that too. There we go. Better now? That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Nice work. Okay. But everybody knows how to make a mixed number, right? Because I feel like I keep asking that over and over again. I want to make sure that you're... Okay. Now, why does this work? Remember yesterday I showed you why this worked for multiplication. I'm going to show you why it works now. So let's say you're taking 3 and divided into 4. Think of oranges. Think of an orange, okay? Let's say you have so many people that want oranges. So you decide to yourself that I'm going to divide all my oranges into 4 so everybody gets at least one little bit, okay? So if I have 3 oranges and I'm dividing into 4s, how many sections do I have now? How many sections do I have? Here. How many sections do I have there? 12, right? So when I flip that reciprocal, remember yesterday when we multiplied the bottom, that gave us our total sections. Do you remember that? Today, when you flip it and multiply the top, that's going to give you your total sections. Are we seeing how this works now? Yeah. It's harder to understand, like when you have like a 7/8 divided by 1/2. It's harder to see and understand this way. But I feel like if you see it with this whole number, it makes it a lot easier for you to figure out what's going on. Thank you. Say, Mandy. Mandy, Okay, so practice a few of these. Try a few of them yourself. Do them on your homework. Do them in your notebook. Whatever you need to do. Try them by yourself. Don't repeat before you have to use after. I don't think can you reduce from there. I don't think you can either. Oh, yes you can. Oh, on one of them. I don't think you can either. I don't think you can either. This one's kind of deceiving. It kind of feels like you could reduce on that one, but I don't think you can. So this is what they should look like. Are you rewriting them out for yourself? Yes, rewrite them out for yourself. I have too many people that say, I don't need to rewrite them out for myself. I can just do whatever I want. It's not going to work out for you, especially if you want to reduce beforehand and all that good stuff. 7 over 9 times 6 is 50, or 54, right? 74. And then this would be 1 over 10 times 9 over 8, and you should get 9 over 80, and I don't believe you can reduce that. That's it. No, you always multiply. No, as soon as you do that keep, change, flip, it's a multiplication problem. Remember when we did keep, change for subtraction, we changed it to addition, and we added? Yep, so the same thing happening here. You're changing it to a multiplication problem, okay? Because there's really no way you can divide them. I mean, you have to multiply them across. So. Okay. Let's talk about mixed numbers again. Let's talk about mixed numbers. So we're all on the same page for mixed numbers. What do you think you need to do for your mixed number this time? What do you think you need to do? Change them to a improper fraction. So let's do this one. So this looks like 5 over 2 divided by 1 over 10. Then it looks like 5 over 2 times 10 over 1. If I were you, I would write them in steps because I have too many people that get confused, like, oh, what do I do next? They try to do 2 steps together, and it does not work out. So make sure that you change it to a mixed number. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's 2 there. Make sure you change to a mixed improper fraction, and then flip, and then you can multiply across. This one, you can actually reduce before you do it. Goes in once, goes in 5 times. This would just be 25 over 1 after you multiply across. You're also probably going to have some negatives in there today, so don't forget your negative rules. Same thing. Yep, Haley. Sure. Yeah, that's the same thing. I'll take that. Yep. Yep, no worries. I'm not going to count you off and not have the 1 underneath. Yeah. All right, let's do this one. So this would be 12, 13, 14, 15 over 4 divided by 8, 9 over 2, which is 15 over 4 times 2 over 9. See how I did it in steps? Do yours in steps. Make it a lot easier. And actually for this one, I can do a lot of reducing if I want. What can I reduce here? Anybody know? Well, the 2 and the 4, right? I can for sure do the 2 and the 4. Goes in once, goes in twice. I can also do these 2. What can I reduce these 2 by? McKenna? Yep. Yep. So then I get 5 over 6, I believe. The end. 5 over 6. So really, if you can multiply it, you can divide. Like this is a really perfect day for this lesson. Friday because you read it's not new. You know how to do most of it. Still need this yet? Anybody? Oops. Okay, I'm going to give you one mixed number, and I want you to do it by yourself. And then I kind of want to talk about the story problems a little bit that you've seen lately. So let's do 5 1/2 divided by 2/3. Not telling. Come on, you can figure that out. See? You can do it. Should be 8 1/4. Is that what you guys got? You should have got 8 4. That should be 11/2. 11/2.